So let's say you just got out of bed and you need to do a short practice that will activate your large muscle groups and get you rolling, and let's go. Standing sequence. You're going to start with your legs and feet wide. Now a lot of times we'll take the arms out and see that the wrists align over the ankles. If that feels good for you, great. I'm going to have you pigeon toe your feet slightly, bring hands to waist. Take a deep breath in and pull your sternum up away from your belly. Keep that altitude as you exhale. Inhale again, drop the tailbone down, pull the low belly in, and lift your side ribs up away from your hip crest. And keep that elevation with the ribs and exhale. Good, in this next breath in, sweep your arms out to the sides and up overhead. Reach up, maybe take the head back and look up. Oh yeah, and to exhale, hinge at your hips and slowly swan dive forward. Take it easy, go slow, micro bend the knees. Remember, you just got up. So you're gonna stay with the fingertips to the floor. This is a great place to put blocks underneath your hands if you like. Hello, red bone. Yes, that's a good girl. And you can just kind of wiggle your hips from side to side, a little bend to each knee. And we're going to do lateral lunges. I want you to bend the right knee, sink into that right hip. Now I've turned my feet out just a little bit for this. Glide across the midline and sink into that left knee, left hip. Oh yeah. Lengthening the inseam of the right leg, keeping the sole of the right foot down. Let's go over to the right again. Just kind of gliding easily back and forth. Nice way to wake up the hips, the legs, high bone. You're gonna go 2 more times, right and left. That's my good girl. Quit. And 1 more time, sink into that right knee. So it's a pretty deep flexion in the right knee, the right hip. And over to the left. Oh, yeah. Good morning. And bring yourself to the midline. Little pigeon toe to the feet so the sit bones shoot back. The inner thighs spiral inward. Take a breath in and look forward. And then bow down as you exhale. Oh, yeah. Fingertips walk back on the mat a little bit, a little farther back. Breathing in, breathing out through your nose. Open your mouth, stick your tongue out. Blah. All right, bring your fingertips out in front of you slightly. Inhale and come up halfway. You're going to make a quarter turn to the right, so that means you're going to turn your right toes to the right. And take your left toes in about, 30, 45 degrees. Oh, I just got a cramp in my foot. And then lift yourself up to warrior 2. So that means your front knee's bent 90 degrees or somewhere thereabouts. Oh man, back leg is straight. Toe cramp. Arms extend. Ears, shoulders, and hips are in the same plane. Good, now you can stay here for 3 breaths, 5 breaths, 7 breaths. We're just gonna take about 4 breaths in each shape. You can commit this sequence to memory and then you do you. Take your left hand down to your left leg and sweep your right arm up. So when you can arc back if you want, but you just got up. So we're just trying to open up the right ribs, a big yawn through the intercostal muscles. Personally, I like to turn my head and look down towards my left foot. I find that doesn't strain my neck, but I'm sensitive. Now you're going to take your right elbow to your right knee. Go slow. Oh, left arm, either straight up or maybe left arm over the left ear. Just staying in these shapes for 3, 5, or 7 breaths. You look down to your right big toe. Now you're gonna circle left arm forward and bring all fingertips to the floor as you come onto the ball of your back foot so the hips are square. Oh yeah, settle the left knee down onto the floor. Allow the right toes to kick out about 30 degrees, and then keeping left fingertips on the mat, kick your left foot up behind you, reach back with your right hand, and you might choose to stay here. Just reaching the right hand back, twisting through the spine and the ribs to the right. Or you might grab a hold of your left ankle or foot. Maybe just take the pant leg if you're wearing pajamas. None of my business what you're wearing or not. And now externally rotate that left shoulder. Good. And roll that right shoulder back. Take your head back a little bit and make it sassy. Release your left foot. Sweep your right arm forward. Right fingertips to the floor, and then you're going to lift the back knee up. Spin your back heel down. And then you can just pause here in this kind of lungy action, or if you want to do one more, let's take a triangle pose. So really slowly straighten that right leg. Be mindful where the hamstrings attach to the sit bones. So go slow, and then you can just rest your right hand to your shin. Bring your left hand to your waist. Neutralize your pelvis, and then left arm can go up. And this is another one of those shapes where I like to look down. It helps establish my balance a bit more. Some people like to look up. You do you, boo. Activating both legs, lengthening the spine. Arms are active as well. Good, take another breath. I don't know about you, but my heart rate's already pumping up a little bit more. Now you're going to pull through your left arm as you inhale. Lift yourself upright. Bring your hands to your waist. Good. And square your feet. Turning toes inward. Good. And here we are, ready for round two. But we're going to take a detour. Keep hands to waist as you breathe in. Once again, pull your sternum up away from your navel. Maybe take your head back and look up. And on the exhale, hinge at the hip crease and just come halfway down. Yeah, pull. Take the hips a little from side to side. Good. Keep the belly firm, especially if you have a tendency to exaggerate that lumbar curve. And now you'll take your fingertips to the floor. Oh yeah. You're going to make a quarter turn to the left. Turn the left toes out to the left. Bring your right toes in about 30, 45 degrees. And then sweeping up with your right arm, leading the way, coming up into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Good. And so you check in with feet, legs, neutral pelvis, belly firm, ears, shoulders, and hips in the same plane, and looking out beyond your left fingertips. You can go palms down. I like palms up these days. I like what it does for my shoulders. How's your jaw doing? Let's toggle the mandible from side to side a few times. Take your right hand down to your outer right leg and take the left arm up. Again, you can arch back if you want, or just take it straight up and try to find as much length as you can from your left hip crease through the side waist, side ribs, and straight up to your left pinky finger, reverse warrior. Breath is moving in, moving out through the nose. How about side angle pose? Left elbow, left knee. Make these transitions slow and deliberate, right? I mean, you're just waking up. Let's just go be really intentional. What do you feel? Where are the shifts? Get your feet and legs established underneath you, and then right arm can go straight up to the vertical line, or take it on the diagonal over the right ear. Looking down to the left toes, but rolling the sternum towards the ceiling. Pulling those right ribs back towards your spine. And the left ribs, pulling them forward, if that makes sense. Back leg is strong and active. This is the workhorse of the pose. And now you're going to circle the right arm forward. And bring all fingertips down to the floor. You're going to come onto the ball of your back foot, and it's going to get a little dicey here with this dog on my mat. So I want you to bring the right knee down. Certainly don't want to disturb his slumber. Goodness gracious. And then you spin your left toes to the left, kick your right foot up behind you, and then sweep your left arm back. And remember, this is door number 1, or door number 2. Grab a hold of that left foot with your right hand. Or as we say in Oklahoma, grab a holt. Grab a hold of that foot or ankle. And now let's take the awareness into the right shoulder. And a lot of times it kind of dips forward. Externally rotate that right shoulder, rolling it back. Good, and then pull that left shoulder back and feel your sternum shining brightly in all directions. Take your head back, make it sassy. Beautiful, right foot to the floor, sweep your left arm forward. Ooh, all fingertips to the floor again. Turn left toes forward, pick your back knee up, spin your back heel down. And remember, you can stay here in this kind of lungy action with fingertips to the floor, or very carefully begin to straighten your left leg. And we'll take a few breaths in triangle pose. Once the left leg is extended to the degree that's appropriate for you, left hand to the shin, you can take your right hand to your waist. And again, just work the legs, work the pelvis, and then slowly begin to turn your chest towards the ceiling and take your right arm up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take 3 or 5 or 7 breaths. Doing great. Good morning, sunshine. Inhale, exhale from the nose. Good. Use your right arm to lift you up. Bring your hands to your waist. I'll provide the sound effects. Turn your left toes in. Square your feet so your heels are equal distance from the back of your mat. We're going to go one more forward bend, hands to your waist. Really plant down through the 4 corners of both feet as you inhale. Lift your chest. Take your head back and look up. Draw your elbows towards one another. And on the exhalation, with a strong back and a long spine, hinge at your hips and come on down. Just like the Padottanasana, wide-legged forward bend. And you can just like bend the knees a couple times from side or each side, or if you want to return to those lateral lunges, go for it, or just stay still for a couple of breaths. And then find your way to neutral. Then have you turn your heels in 1 step. Bring your hands to your knees. And then sink your hips down, coming into, this is sometimes called temple, sometimes called goddess pose. And we're going to twist it. Take a breath in. Lift your sternum out of the navel. Now on the exhale, dip your right shoulder down. Ooh, and look to the left. Yeah. Oh, God, that feels good. Breathing in, lift up, sternum, come back to center. And then exhale, left shoulder down, look to the right. Oh, man, this feels good. Let's do that 2 more times. Use the in-breath to lift your chest. And then dip down, exhale. So this movement's really isolating into the scapula and the thoracic spine. That's not to say the low back isn't involved, of course it is, but I want you to emphasize the gliding action of your scapula, mobilizing the tissues around the ribs. 1 more time, please, from side to side. Yeah. Oh, I got a little poppy. I love that. Left shoulder down. And come back to neutral. Bring your palms together. Keep your hips low. Clasp your fingers together. Just release the index finger and take your arms up. Look up For 5, 4, 3, 2, sink your sit bones a little closer to the floor. Oh my God, and 1, straighten your legs. Woo, bring your hands to your heart. Release your fingers. Good, square your toes, square your feet. Take a breath in and exhale. Bring your arms down by your sides. Awesome, good morning. Let's go. Yeah. All right, have a great day.